Hi, everybody. I want to talk a little bit about weight loss injections and particularly how I am against them. And I want to get your thoughts in here as well. I want to hear from people who agree, who disagree, people who don't use weight loss injections, people who do. Before I start this, I think it's important to say that I realize there are people out there who have true, legitimate medical problems, and they are somehow physically incapable of losing weight for one reason or another. Now, I say that with a grain of salt because whether or not I really believe that, I'm not sure right now. But I do think there are people out there that have problems, or if they're not able to lose weight, it's very difficult. Hey, it's very difficult for me to lose weight, okay? I am now in my 60s, and losing weight is very difficult no matter how much effort I put into it at my age, okay? I used to lose weight like that when I was in my 20s. No more, okay? Takes time, and that's the thing too. Time is something that people don't want to invest in. So if you're a person who has a legitimate medical problem, this does not apply to you. But too often today, people are using easy ways to do this. The easy way out, the lazy way out. And they're doing unhealthy things like taking Ozempic or taking Wegovy or whatever the names of these things are, all kinds of different injections. And I really believe, are looking for a quick fix, and they want to do whatever the heck they want to do. They want to continue to eat what they want, all the carbs they want, the sugar they want, but they just want to lose weight anyway. And it doesn't work like that. Okay, I'm sorry, in a natural way. Now, me, I lost about 35 pounds so far this year, and I did it all naturally, and I did it all without taking any kind of injections or any stimulants or anything, whatever you call it, any kind of help, any crutch. I did it by walking a lot. I did it by doing away with all refined sugars and all carbs, white bread, and bread in general. I don't eat bread. I had to take the very, very difficult path, and I think that my health is worth it. I hope you think your health is worth it. But all around me, I see on TV and people in my life, weak people actually, who let's be honest about it, who just want to eat whatever the hell they want, and don't want to put in the effort. And that's really what I'm addressing here. As far as I understand it, these kind of weight loss injections, what they do is they suppress your appetite. They make you not hungry anymore. Well, if you do dieting or lifestyle changes the way you're supposed to do them, you will not feel hungry all the time. Eventually your stomach will shrink. Eventually you will get used to this new routine, and you do not have to worry about taking a shot in order to artificially stop your appetite. Why would you want to stop your appetite? Why would you want to do something unnatural like that? You will adapt after a while. Your body will change, your stomach will shrink, and you will start not being as hungry. Now, there are people out there that have kinds of health issues where they're not able to do that. I know of at least one person in the comments who told me that she has a health condition where she can never feel satisfied or full. That's up to her how she wants to handle this. If that was me, I don't know what I would do, but I guess I would just go around a little hungry at times. Anything but putting poison into me, but that's just me. I don't know. I'll tell you a story about a waitress that I know. Okay, there's a diner I go to, and a lot of times I go there and I eat things like, if I have a hamburger, I order it with no bun, okay, and no French fries. I just have the patty and some trimmings on the top, and I cut it with a knife and fork, and I eat it like that. And every time she sees me, she's like, "How do you do that? You have some willpower," she says to me. She says she needs to lose a little weight, and she says, "I've been trying to lose weight for a long time," she tells me, "and I'm getting tired of it." She says, uh, I just went to a barbecue and I had ice cream or something. It was the 4th of July, and if people see my 4th of July video, you'll see what I ate at the 4th of July, okay? I just kept it to meat, protein, and I didn't eat any crap. But no, this waitress, every time I see her, we discuss this, and she says that she wants to get the surgery. She's had enough. Well, she actually originally comes from another country, I don't know which country it is, but she says, I'm going to go home to my country where it's cheaper. She says, and I'm going to get the surgery. I'm going to cut this all off down here. She got like a little pouch or something there. She wants it cut off. She doesn't want to put in the work, I guess. She doesn't want to do sit-ups. She doesn't want to walk. She doesn't want to give up her ice cream. No, she wants the quick fix, and I'm sorry, but that's just not the way that I believe in doing it. Yeah, and of course, your mileage may vary. And a lot of people are like that. They're just like walking in the trends like a zombie. This is what people do. This is what the sheep do today. They want to get injections. It's the new thing. It's the new fad. Get on Ozempic. Never mind if you have diabetes or not. If you have diabetes, you might be on Ozempic temporarily. I know somebody who was on Ozempic initially and didn't want to do it anymore to control her diabetes, so she eventually did it the right way. She did it healthy. She just stopped eating all sugar. She got her exercise. She kept her numbers down without Ozempic. Ozempic, because these things can cause problems. But back to the waitress story. So she tells me she's going to go back to her country where it's cheaper to get the surgery. She's going to get this little bit of fat chopped off. And then she says, I went to my doctor and I tried to get Ozempic, but he would not put me on it. He told me I have to go somewhere else, and it's $500 a month. And it's like, why don't you just stop eating? I don't mean not eating, not eating anything, but why don't you work hard at it? Put in the effort, exercise. Hey, look, I'm not perfect. Far from it. Far from it. It took me 30 years to get motivated. I wasted 30 years, the last 30 years of my adult life, to the point where this year I finally said, enough of this. I'm going to stop eating the garbage. I'm going to do more physical activity, and more importantly, I'm going to wait. I'm not going to expect overnight cures. This kind of thing takes months, maybe a year or two. It's not overnight, but you gotta do it right. Screw these injections, okay? And that's how I feel about it. I'd like to know what you think. I came on kind of strong here, but I'm really against this idea of let's do something unnatural, shoot it in there, and get a quick fix and eat whatever the hell I want. I think it's just pathetic. That's just my feeling. What do you think?